peoples, Kyushu92 here with yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. I did say that I got myself a brand new shirt. Kyushu, what do you mean? You're wearing the same old shirt. Yes, what you're seeing is the old shirt. The old shirt of me showcasing the time-skipped supernovas. But now, say hello to the Gear 4th Training Gym. This is such a sweet shirt. I love it. So, that's the little thing that I'm going to be wearing from now on. This is my brand new One Piece shirt whenever I read One Piece. Because, come on, this is Gear 4th. I couldn't just pass this up. I had to get a new shirt because I've been wearing that one for like, what, a year now? Maybe? At least? Can't remember. But as the channel grows larger, so too must the ensemble. So, let's get started with chapter 960. We are 40 chapters away, ladies and gentlemen, from 1,000 chapters of One Piece. And I'm excited because this chapter reads out, Kozuki Oden takes the stage. I can't wait. Because last chapter we have Kozuki Oden walking through the streets, but I can't wait. I can't wait to see how everything... Wait, what is this? What is going on? I can't wait to see if we actually see Oden. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the cover page. Gang Beige, Oh My Family, Volume 10, The Grand Search for Lola. And they're walking through the streets. Well, Capone is walking through the streets asking people if they've seen Lola. And there's these two ladies walking. There's two ladies walking in front. They look very familiar. It may not be dawning on me who these people are, but they do really look familiar. Then again, I could be saying that about a lot of people in One Piece. But Capone is asking people where Lola is, and it looks like he has a disguise on. And not only do we see the statues of Kiros in the back, but we also got a statue of Luffy, who Dressrosa known as Lucy, and we got God Usopp over on the side as well, as the three heroes of Dressrosa, and they got Usopp with his face that he made when Sugar made him eat that super hot grape. So yeah, his face is immortalized in that face now. Alright, let's move on. Not a single factory in sight. This area is known for its grand flourishing forest. So this is like 39 years in the past. This is before Kaido came by and with the help of Orochi pretty much devastated the entire region, the entirety of Wano itself. Grand flourishing forest. The vegetation thrives due to the nearby clear rivers and the sparkling sea. This is a tale from the past. I got one! A tale about when Wano was brimming with life. I'm telling the truth, I swear it, I saw it with my own two eyes. The mountain was moving. The mountain moved? Indeed, we fled from it and ended up here. It was even growling. Perhaps you encountered a mountain god. Oh, this is Suda when she was younger. Mountain Pass Tea House poster girl, Surujo. Cool. Pastime Kinemon's wife. And then we got three people speaking here. The three of you are quite chipper considering the circumstances. Huh? Nothing gets past you, Sulu. Can you keep a secret for us? The truth is, we were finally able to capture an elusive creature. It took us a whole year. Take a look at it. Wow, what a beautiful boar. Its skin is snow white. If we take this little guy to the capital, we can trade him in for one whole piece of white gold. White gold? Huh? A piece of white gold? You could buy a giant mansion with that kind of money. White gold? And it's actually starting to get bright outside. I might not need this. Nah, I'll keep it up until it gets too bright to handle. Boss Kurokama has been saying for years that he wants a rare white boar, probably to display outside his store. He put a bounty on it, but nobody has been able to capture it until now. That would be quite distasteful. White boars are considered heralds of the gods. Duh! Cute story and all, but this is just an exotic creature. Hang on a moment. Oh? Who's that walking away? Did you steal from my wallet again, Kinemon? Oh snap, that's Kinemon! Ow, 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 stop it, Tsurujo! Think of our childhood friendship! My big bros have been having money issues. Your big bros, I bet they gambled their money away. How many times have I loaned you money now? If you ever touch my money again, I will rip out your organs and sell them to reclaim your debt. Whoa, okay. Suru was ruthless before she married Kinemon. And Kinemon has completely different hair here. Not unless it's all white to signify that it's actually all black, but Kinemon had black hair when we first met him, so is his hair possibly a different color when he's older? If you cannot afford to pay me back, then I will strip you of all your belongings as payment. Thanks for the meal, Otsuru. The money is on the table. And they're just walking away as Suru proceeds to beat Kinemon down. You jerk, I remember you from earlier. And this cuts to later in the day, and apparently Kinemon has beat up on one of the guys who was eating at Suru's place. You should be more thankful when you talk in public. Of course I would overhear you. This boar is worth one piece of white gold, right? My luck has finally turned around. A Yakuza thug from the capital, Kinemon. I have hit the jackpot. Once I hand this over to Boss Kurokama, I will be a... And then someone sneezes. Hand over your clothes and your money too. And who's this? Regarding we're back in the flower capital now. Regarding Lord Oden, he really does lack the aptitude for sailing. Today was his 38th attempt. I read it wrong, sorry. His 38th attempt to illegally leave the country. The fact that he is still alive is surprising. He really has lived quite the eventful life. Oh. Ooh! He really has lived quite the eventful life. Even as a baby, when he was less than a year old, he managed to fling his wet nurse across the room. I'm sorry, excuse me? When he was less than a year old, he was able to fling his wet nurse across the room. Less than a year old, baby Oden was able to fling a grown adult across the room. Good lord. I'm starting to understand why he was able to give Kaido a scar now. Even as a baby, when he was less than a year old, he managed to fling his wet nurse across the room. By age 2, he was able to catch 2 rabbits with his bare hands. By age 4, he was able to throw a large boulder at a bear, crushing it to death. 4 years old and able to kill things with boulders. Large boulders. By age 6, he was roaming the red light district, wasting royal funds on frivolities. Red light district. Okay, so I've been watching Danmachi a little bit, so I know what the red light district is. But him going there at age 6, I guess he kind of got mature for his age. The Shogun of Wano, Kozuki Sukiyaki, the father of Kozuki Oden. By age 8, he was getting drunk and starting fights with gamblers. Oh no, this was not Oden's father who was saying that. This was his retainer who was saying it. By age 8, he was getting drunk and starting fight with gamblers. By age 9, even the Yakuza blacklisted him and banned him from entering their casino. So Kozuki Oden's father hasn't spoken yet, but that's the voice I'm going to give for him. He retaliated by setting their casino on fire and practically started a war with them. It all culminated when he was captured at age 10 after he nearly killed someone. He was sentenced to hard labor in the stone quarry where he showed off more of his unique talents. He climbed the ranks at the quarry until he was running the place. He truly is a member of the Kozuki family. This is some crazy feats that they got going on here. But after that, his attitudes changed significantly. When he was 14 years old, the capital was experiencing a prolonged drought. The wells had dried up and countless people were suffering. So he diverted a river straight into the capital. But that only led to the capital getting flooded, so his capture was ordered. Oden, what have you been doing? However, Lord Oden just followed that water route and attempted to escape out to sea, but in the end that voyage was short-lived. His dad is just looking like, good God, what have I done to have such destructive, blasphemous sons? That's a Prince of Egypt reference. And I no longer need this flashlight on my phone. All in all, this is turning into quite the chapter. Now I can turn this slightly that way. Then, at age 15, while he was in hiding, he got a job at a temple deep in the mountains. And I guess he was laughing. Every night, he would kidnap women from the capital and eventually formed a harem. This dude did everything. The work of the devil. Even though the girls technically chose to stay of their own free will, their loved ones were enraged. Their parents, spouses, and even powerful samurai attempted to rescue them, but Lord Oden stood his ground and eagerly took them on. That event came to be known as the Harem Revolt. Even the Hyogoro family got dragged into the fray after failing to prevent the fighting. Grandpa Hyo! Lord Oden's victims number in the "that is quite enough." Of course, Lord Oden is 18 now, yet he still causes trouble on a daily basis. Do not say another word. Just deliver this to Oden for me. And it's just a letter that just simply says disowned on it. This is the day you finally get caught. He went that way. Capture Kinemon. Hold on. I was just trying to cash in a bounty. Stop lying, you swindler. I am not lying. Just let me go to the Kurokama's family's mansion. Kinemon? Oh, that kid stole our money. Catch him and flay him alive. Yo, it's Grandpa Hyo when he was massive and fat. How do you go from being like super tall and massive and fat to being 2 feet tall? He's got that Benjamin Button. The chivalrous knight of the capital, Hyogoro the Flower. Catch him and flay him alive is what I would normally say, but in a one-on-one fight, none of you would stand a chance. You must be joking. We'll bring him right in. We'll bring him in right now. They're gonna die. You brought the wrong pot. The bigger ones are worth 60 pieces of silver, though. Yeah, but I can trade this pot back in for 30 pieces of silver, right? So, sure, no problem with that. So, if you add the 30 extra pieces of silver I bought with this pot, if you add the extra 30 pieces of silver I spent when I bought this pot to the value of trading it in now, it should be worth 60 pieces of silver, so I should be able to get a big one. I suppose you're right. Here you go. Please come again. Hee hee. And an orphan from the capital, Denjiro. Yo, we finally see what Denjiro looks like, though it's 39 years in the past. He's walking away, and Kinemon sees him. Hey, the brat got a discount just like that. What a gullible store owner. Hey, Denjiro! Huh? How did I end up with only 30 pieces of silver? And now the guy is realizing that he's been swindled. The flower capital, crematorium. Sir Samurai, please do something about him. Grandpa Katsuzo! Hey, stop crying. I know this is odd for a funeral, but regardless, what is the matter? I'm not looking over on that side quite yet. After cremation, we were going to collect the ashes, but then... Well, just look over there. He's using the fire that burnt my father's body to boil some Oden. Boiling Oden? Foreshadowing. And we finally see the man himself, Lord Oden. This is really the stuff. And the dude has no chill. The guy who died, body hasn't even completely turned to ash. And Oden has his pot of boiling Oden sitting on top of the guy's bones. letting the heat of the pyre heat his food. I do not understand what you are saying, but get off of my father! This is an insult to his memory! Heir to the shogunate of Wano, Kozuki Oden. Literally, no chill. Then he gulps and starts drinking sake, and then he continues to eat. And then he just slurps down the remaining broth. And then he finishes it. See ya. The next time we drink together, Katsuzo, it will be in the afterlife. Now then, my condolences to the family. So he must have known this guy, and it's really starting to get bright. I gotta fix that. Showing off the lovely shirt itself. Let me stop. This really is a good shirt, though. I love it. Now then, my condolences to the family. So he obviously knew this guy, Katsuzo. My apologies. He is not one for detailed explanations. Who is this person running with him? Huh? Is that how it is? What is with that guy? He is so cool. All the women are swooning over him. This means trouble. Hide your wives and daughters. So this is the charming Oden from the rumors. Oh, that's why they said hide your wives and daughters in the last chapter. Because Kozuki has an effect on women where they automatically go after him. And there's a clang sound, a musical clang sound coming from the skeleton. I must be missing something there. Did you guys come to capture me? Yes, well, I did end up being bribed, but you should not talk about such things out loud, you idiot. Oh, did you guys come to capture me? Yes, well, I did end up being bribed, but you should not talk about such things out loud, you idiot. Anyway, what is going on here? No one is avoiding me like they usually do. The fire bell has been ringing non-stop, but there seems to be no fire nearby. Hey, is it a big fire? It is bigger than a mere fire. And then Kozuki Oden looks cool. I'm just gonna say that. He looks cool. He doesn't look like outrageous. He just looks like a normal human being with like a very unique looking hairstyle. So he still looks cool. How could you not know about this, Kinemon? How could you not know about this, Kinemon? You should have never have brought that with you. Huh? You mean the white boar? Boss Kurokoma probably wanted to use it. So it said Kuro. The writing for Kuro. Hold on. Where is it? See? Kurokama. It says Kurokama, and now later in the chapter it says Kurokoma. Koma, K-O-M-A instead of K-A-M-A. Boss Kurokoma probably wanted to use it, so I don't know if it's Kurokama or Kurokoma. Wanted to use it to crush the Hyogoro family. What do you mean, Denjiro? Like I said earlier, wherever that little boar goes, its parents is not far behind. Oh. Kinemon just brought the parents to the capital. Its parents is not far behind. According to the ancient text, a full-grown white boar is the size of a mountain. That's what they saw. A full-grown white boar is the size of a mountain. Many refer to them as mountain gods. It is said that hundreds of years ago, a whole region was annihilated in a single night. I thought that it was just a fairy tale, but if this white boar is here now, then that means a mountain god! A real mountain god! Evacuate the capital! We are going to be eaten alive! There are already many victims! And it just has a giant pig off to the side. I was right, it really showed up! Oh crap, will I be responsible for the destruction of the capital? That was an interesting story to overhear. I may not know you two, but Kozuki Oden? I want you to give me that boar. Huh? An unprecedented incident. Chapter 960 end. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally been introduced to Kozuki Oden, and he seems just as awesome as I was imagining. Now, overall, the dude is ridiculous. This dude, when he was less than a year old, had the physical strength to fling his wet nurse across the room. Then, as he grew up, when he was in a single-digit age, at 4 years old, he was able to grab a large boulder, hurl it at a bear, and crush it to death. Everywhere he goes, it's always some big altercation, but he beats everyone who steps to him. Even the Hyogoro family got swung up in an incident where he was taking the wives and daughters of numerous people, and though the women themselves had no problem being there, they wanted to be there, their spouses and everyone affiliated with them had a problem, and the Hyogoro family got dragged into it. We see Kozuki Sukiyaki for the first time, and he's just spent over all these things that his sons have been doing. Like, even when he was captured and set to work for all the crimes that he's been doing and all the trouble he's caused, he quickly rose through the ranks of that quarry and ran the place in the end. There's literally no end to the feats that Oden has been doing since he's been growing up. And it doesn't even list the feats that he did when he was at the quarry, other than him rising through the ranks because of his, I guess, physical attributes, because the dude is ridiculous. And then we see Kinemon for the first time when he was young, and he had a different hairstyle and he had different hair colors. And we see Denjiro for the first time when he was young, though we don't know what he looks like as an older person 39 years later, because we've yet to find him in Wano in the present. So we see Denjiro, we see Kinemon, we see Oden for the first time, we see Sukiyaki for the first time, we see Suru when she was younger, and the fact that Kinemon kept trying to borrow money from her, and she actually threatened to take his organs and to pay off his debt if he tried to steal from her again. So yeah, Suru is dangerous. Not only that, but Kozuki Oden has absolutely no chill. So, a family was cremating their father, and Oden just cooks food on top of the remains of the guy. Like, the fires from the pyre itself hasn't even fully gone out, and he just sits up there and just eats some boiling Oden on top of the guy. But apparently he knew him because he calls him by name and says that the next time we meet will be in the afterlife. So apparently he knew this guy in his past. And he says condolences to the family, though I highly doubt that smoothed anything over. But overall, and then not to mention Kinemon took a white boar, from some dudes who were eating at Suru's place, and he takes it to the flower capital to sell to boss Kurokama or Kurokoma. I can't tell because there's two different ways that it's written in this chapter. So when we get to the official translation, which I'll be reading through when we do my reflections for this month, we'll finally find out whether it's Koma or Kama. Either one, I don't know. But it turns out that the white boar that the Yakuza guys stole for boss Koma, it turns out that it has parents. And these parents are referred to as mountain gods. So what they took was the baby of these mountain gods, which are essentially just giant mountain-sized white boar. And Kinemon decided to bring it back to the capital so he can get a piece of white gold, which from what we hear is a massive fortune and can buy you a giant mansion. Kinemon tries to take it to the boss, but it gets to the point where he inadvertently leads the parents there, and there's already victims, which people are saying, of the boar parents, the giant white boar parents, pretty much wrecking the city. And of course we see the exposition, we see Denjiro explain how it was in ancient times when these things were around, and wherever their baby goes, the parents will follow with destruction in their wake. Oden overhears this, and he says, that was a nice story, so I don't know you two, but how about you give me that boar? So, given the feats that Oden has done in his past that we've heard about, I feel like we're about to see just how strong Kozuki Oden is in the next chapter, because it doesn't say we go on break. So, given all the ridiculousness of Oden himself, I feel like we're going to fully learn just how strong he is and why he was the only one able to give Kaido that scar, at least in terms of strength-wise. We don't know, who knows how much further into Kozuki Oden's story we will learn about. But I'm anxious to find out more. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for chapter 960. 960, 40 chapters away from 1,000. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys thought of this chapter as a whole. I mean, we finally get to see Oden for the first time, and he doesn't look ridiculous. He looks cool, reflecting his status. So overall, this is going to turn into quite the interesting little storyline to find out more about Kozuki Oden. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. So with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in the next video. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, I love this shirt so much. Just to show it off just one more time. Later, peoples.